A guy I know, Jared, rides a Yamaha FZ6 daily. One morning, he turns the key, hit the starter. Nothing. No click, no crank, just silence. He panics, thinks the battery's dead, tries jump-starting it. Still dead. Next step? Calls a mechanic who quotes him $250 just to run diagnostics. But then an older rider passing by tells him to do one simple thing. Jared tries it, and boom. Bike fires up like nothing happened. He didn't spend a single dollar. So today, I'm breaking down step by step how to reset your motorcycle when it starts acting up. Step 1. Kill the ignition. The first thing most riders overlook is the kill switch. If your bike suddenly won't start, before you go replacing the battery or calling a mechanic, flip the kill switch off, then back on. And don't just tap it, hold it off for a few seconds. Why? Because some bikes, especially newer fuel-injected ones, will trigger a safety lockout or ECU shutdown when this switch is hit hard. If you're wearing gloves and bump it mid-ride, the bike might not reset properly when you flip it back. Cycling it fully tells the system, okay, we're starting fresh. It sounds stupid simple, but I've seen it bring bikes back from the dead more than once. Step 2. Disconnect the battery. When your laptop glitches out, what do? Shut it down and restart. Bikes work the same way. If your dashboard is blinking weird, throttle response is off, or fuel injection feels sluggish. Just disconnect the battery. Start with the negative terminal, then the positive. Leave it off for about 5 minutes. This clears residual voltage in some ECUs. When you reconnect it, make sure the terminals are tight. Loose battery connections are a silent killer. They won't always trigger an error code, but they can absolutely mess with performance. Once you power back on, most systems recalibrate. Riders with Ducatis and newer Yamahas swear by this trick. Step 3. Cycle the ignition 3 times. Still not smooth? Try this. Turn the key to on. Don't start the bike. Wait for the fuel pump to finish priming, that humming sound. Then turn it off. Do that 3 times. It sounds like superstition, but it's actually how many ECUs reinitialize sensor positions, especially throttle-by-wire systems. On some KTM and Honda models, if you've done an oil change or replaced sensors, this cycling helps the computer recognize fresh data. I once heard a story where a rider installed a new air filter and the bike ran like garbage until they did this. After 3 cycles, smooth as butter. No tools, no tune-up. Step 4. Reset the throttle position sensor, TPS, manually. Now this one's golden. If your bike has ride-by-wire or a digital throttle sensor, and it starts jerking, bogging, or revving unpredictably, resetting the TPS can make it feel brand new. Here's how. With the bike off, twist the throttle all the way open, hold for a second, then release. Do it 3 times. Then turn the key to on without touching the throttle. Let it sit for 10 seconds, then turn it off. That sequence teaches the ECU where 0 and full throttle are. Not all bikes use this system, but many Yamahas, Kawasaki's, and some Triumphs do. And if you've ever noticed throttle lag after a battery replacement, this trick often fixes it. Mechanics will charge you for diagnosing sensor alignment, but this is usually all they do. Step 5. Clean and reset the idle air control valve, IACV. If your bike is stalling at stoplights or revving high for no reason, it might not be a fueling issue. It could be the idle control valve acting up. This valve controls airflow at idle and gets gummed up with carbon or dust over time. Here's what to do. Take off your air filter. Locate the small valve that controls idle airflow. It's usually near the throttle body. Spray a bit of throttle body cleaner in it. Let it dry, then turn the ignition on and off a few times like we talked about. Some bikes will recalibrate the idle valve on their own if they detect airflow correction. A guy on a Honda CB 500F shared how this trick stopped his bike from stalling at red lights after spending weeks thinking it was bad gas. Step 6. Relearn your clutch engagement. Ever notice after a chain adjustment or new clutch cable that your bike suddenly feels off? Like the friction zone moved or the gear shifts aren't as smooth. It's not always your imagination. On newer motorcycles, especially ones with slipper clutches or electronic shift assist, the ECU tracks clutch behavior and adapts to rider input. If you adjust the cable or change oil viscosity, the computer can get confused. To fix it, here's a trick. Start the bike, pull in the clutch, shift into first, and then slowly release it without moving, just until the engine tone changes. Hold it for 3 seconds. Do that 3 times, and then take a slow ride around the block, shifting gently through all gears. This lets the ECU relearn engagement points and shift timing. A rider with a GSX S750 swore this trick fixed a clunky shift feel after cable maintenance, and it cost him 0 rupees. Step 7. Dry reset after a wash. This one catches even experienced riders off guard. You wash your bike, park it, and the next day, buttons don't work, horns dead, lights flicker. It's not always water damage. Often, it's residual moisture shorting small control circuits or sensors. Here's how to fix it without opening anything. After washing, turn your key to on, hit the horn, indicators, and starter button without engaging the engine, one by one. Cycle each switch a few times. Then turn the ignition off and wait 5 minutes. This forces small control relays to dry out and wake up. If possible, park the bike in sunlight with the seat open for added ventilation. Riders in humid climates say this step alone saves them hours of confusion and even unnecessary battery swaps. Step 8. Hard reset your ECU learning mode. Your bike has memory, not the kind you think of, but adaptive learning. It tracks how you ride, how hard you twist the throttle, how you brake, even how quickly you shift. Over time, this can lead to weird behavior, like sluggish pickup, delayed response, or awkward fueling. To erase that memory, do this. Turn the kill switch off. Turn the key to on. Now flip the kill switch on and hit the starter for 1 second. Don't crank, just tap it. Then turn everything off. Repeat this cycle 3 times. On many bikes, this tells the ECU to flush stored adaptive data. The next time you ride, it'll relearn everything fresh, like when it came out of the factory. A guy on a KTM Duke 390 used this method after switching from regular to performance fuel, and his throttle response smoothed out almost immediately. Step 9. Kickstand sensor override trick. A faulty kickstand sensor can drive you crazy. Your bike stalls the moment you put it in gear. It runs fine in neutral, but cuts out when you try to ride. Sometimes it's not even broken. It's just misaligned or stuck. Before replacing it, try this. Manually push the kickstand all the way up with your hand, then wiggle it slightly left and right. If the engine light flashes or the bike suddenly works, the sensor's not dead. It just needed movement. Next, spray a little contact cleaner around the sensor area and wipe it down. Then try starting the bike again. If it runs, you've just reset a falsely tripped safety switch. One rider from Pune said this saved him from missing a weekend trip. He was ready to tow the bike before a friend tried this trick. Step 10. Fuel pump prime clear out. Sometimes your bike won't start, or it cranks forever but won't catch. You smell fuel so you know it's getting through but it's not firing right. This could be a clogged injector or vapor lock, but before opening up your tank, try this reset. Turn the key to on and listen for the fuel pump prime sound. When it stops, flick the kill switch off, then back on. Do that 3 times. On the 4th, start the bike while holding the throttle slightly open. This trick forces some ECUs to purge vapor buildup and can unclog a stuck injector via high-pressure burst. A rider on a Yamaha MT-15 pulled this exact reset after refueling at a shady pump, and the bike that wouldn't start suddenly roared back to life. Step 11. Throttle body relearn with no tools. Lastly, if your bike starts hunting for idle, revving up and down while stopped, it might be a throttle body calibration issue. No need for a laptop or mechanic. Here's a DIY reset. Turn the bike on, engine running, and let it idle without touching anything for 5 full minutes. Don't rev, don't move. Just let it run. After 5 minutes, shut it off. Wait 2 minutes. Then restart and ride normally. This procedure works on many modern bikes like the Ninja 650, CBR 500, and even Dominar. It helps the ECU match airflow data to throttle plate position, especially after filter cleaning or fuel quality change. One rider shared that this fixed his rough idle completely, after a workshop failed to diagnose the issue twice.